course I'm Todd.
No. I mean, you look like Todd, but you certainly don't act like Todd.
Well, he's mean.
See?
See what?
You talk about Todd as if he's somebody else, which means you're not Todd.
I wish I weren't, but I am.
I'm sorry. I don't believe you. You see, Todd would not play with puppets, would he? And you love puppets, don't you? In fact, the children loved that puppet show you put on.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Cool.
And it was a good story. It really was. It was kind of personal somehow, wasn't it? As if, the big bad wolf and Mr. Piggy represented something.
It's just a story.
Well, but it was a story about good guys and bad guys, right?
Yeah?
So, what are you, huh?
Well, I want to be the good guy.
And Todd?
I don't think I really want to talk anymore.
You've seen some pretty terrible things, haven't you? Things that Todd has done. And you wanted to stop him, but you couldn't because all you really could do was stand back and watch, right? Because you are the good one, aren't you? I know how you feel, you know. You feel kind of confused and divided as if you don't know who you are half the time, right?
I wasn't born confused, you know. I just wanted to be a good guy.
I know that. Sometimes it's really, really hard to fight the big bad wolf, isn't it? But your story had a really happy ending, right? Because Mr. Pig won.
He did?
Well, sure he did. Don't you remember? Mr. Pig gave the big bad wolf an old karate chop.
Right. Pork chop. I forgot, because, you know, usually Pete's the one who makes up all the endings.
Pete? Who's Pete? You can tell me.
Pete's the boss of all of us, and he's really mean.
And he bosses you around, huh? Well, you know, he only does that because you let him. I know a lot about this, you know. I have experience, and I can tell you that it's really hard to kill the big bad wolf, but you can make him go to sleep, and then he won't boss you around anymore. You can do that.
I can't do that.
Oh, you can. You really can. Yes, you can.
I would like that. I'm a little scared that he's going to come back.
The wolf or Pete?
Okay, I don't want to talk anymore.
Okay. That's okay. Can I ask you one more question? Would that be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Where is Pete?
I don't know.
Where's Todd?
I don't know.
But neither of them is here in the room with us now, are they? You know, you just did something so big and so brave.
I did?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about?
You told me that neither Todd nor Pete are in this room with us now, which means you don't have to hide anymore. You can be very brave and come out now, because that's the way to get the big bad wolf to go to sleep. You can.
I don't think I can do that. Pete says I'm not brave. He says I'm chicken. He says that he's the one who's strong because he can, cope.
But Pete doesn't cope, does he? Pete is just really mean, and he hurts people, and that's not coping, and that's not like you, is it?
No. It's not like Todd either.
Oh, I don't think it is, no.
But Pete does protect Todd.
And does that mean that you want Pete to come back?
No. Oh, no, I don't care if I never talk to Pete again. I hate Pete.
Why do you hate Pete?
Well, I don't think I'm going to tell you.
Why not?
Because I'm afraid of him.
Does he hurt you?
Pete hurts everybody. Duh.
Oh. Oh. You know, I used to know somebody just like that.
Who?
Well, let's say she was to me what Pete is to Todd, and she could be really, really mean sometimes.
Well, no, not as mean as Pete. Pete's really mean. Pete's totally mean.
Yeah. And Pete talks to you?
Sometimes.
Did he ever tell you why he's so mean?
Well, he's trying to protect Todd. Just like all of us.
How many are there?
I don't want to talk anymore, really.
Why? I'm trying to help you. You know that.
Well, how do I know that? How do I know that you're not trying to hurt Todd just like everybody else?
No. I would never, ever do that. Because I really love Todd. Really, I do. How long have you known Todd?
A long time. But like I said, I don't really want to talk about it.
Why?
Look,
I mean, what are you afraid of now?
Getting in trouble.
Are you afraid of Pete now?
Yeah.
Because he's mean?
Yeah, Pete's mean.
And when did he get to be mean?
Pete's always been mean ever since he came.
When was that?
A long time ago, but I really don't want to talk about it anymore.
Was it that night?
Well, you have to stop now.
No, was it the night... Was it the night that Todd's father abused him?
I don't know why you just can't stop.
I know. I know about that night. So you can trust me.
The man was doing things to Todd. And then Pete came. And Pete got the man by the throat and he started to squeeze. And he wanted to kill him.
Oh, my God.
Pete was really, really angry. And he just never went away again.
Everything is going to be okay now. I am really, really happy that you told me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You know something? I don't want to call you by a name that's not your own. Do you have your own name?
Thomas. But my mom calls me Tom.
Well, I am very happy to meet you, Tom.
Thanks. I mean, I only stopped before because I've never really said it out loud before. Thomas. But I want you to call me Tom.
I am so glad you told me that. Can I ask you one other thing?
Sure.
Before. You said that, you didn't know where Todd was. Was that true?
Well, I'm sure he's someplace safe, you know, where he's protected.
When do you think we'll see Todd again?
Dunno. He may never come back again. You told me she was here.
She just came in. In any case, I don't think you have to worry. She would understand.
Excuse me. I just need to check your temperature.
Wait, no, wait, don't go, don't go. Wait, don't let her go.
Still, please.
I'll bring her right back, okay? I promise.
Kaya, Vicky, what is going on? Todd said he doesn't know where Todd is, that Todd may never come back.
I'm going to explain it all to you, I promise.
Oh.
Good. Sam, I'm very glad you're here.
Good.
Because I have information that could drastically affect Todd's case. In short, he didn't commit any crimes.
What?
Are you kidding?
No.
Vicky, Todd held all of us hostage at Ace's lodge.
My brother didn't do that.
Well, then who did?
I don't know. But I'll tell you this much. It was not Todd, and it certainly wasn't that young boy in there, because his name is Tom.
Wait a minute. Are you saying...
I am saying that it is very likely that Todd is suffering from a split personality.
He said his name was Tom.
Well, now, Tom is his given name.
Well, I've never heard anyone call him that.
Apparently, his mother did.
So you're saying that he's not Todd?
No, he's not. He is Tom. Tom is an alter. He is a personality that has split off from Todd. Probably one of, well, many, if not several, others.
You mean like Sybil?
Yeah, exactly like Sybil. Look, I'm not presuming to make a clinical diagnosis, but I would say that I am virtually positive that Tom and another alter that he talked about named Pete are personalities who have appeared at various times in Todd's life to protect him from traumas that he simply couldn't cope with.
Traumas like parental abuse.
Yeah. And the recalling of it in later life.
Wait, Vicky, how did you come up with this?
Well, I know a great deal about this illness, and I know the signs.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying that this person we've never seen before, Tom, took over for Todd?
In a sense, yes.
You buy this?
Well, it would explain an awful lot. And I have to say, that kid in there, that is the kid I taught in the football.
Yes,
I mean,
it would explain an awful lot that Todd is figuring out a way to beat the rap.
Mrs. Manning?
Yes.
Your husband's asking for you?
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Look, Terry, if you go in to see him now, you have to be very careful, very gentle with him, because it is not Todd. That's a young boy in there. And this is an extremely volatile situation. I need to talk to you about this, okay? Privately.
of course.
Thanks.
And I also want you to bring a picture for me, a picture of you in color. What? Why are you staring at me like that, huh? You're looking at me like I'm some kind of a stranger.
Are you a stranger?
No. You know me. When he was doing all those mean things, I tried to make everything better. And sometimes, and I mean, just for a second, I could get out and try and help.
Uh-huh. Get out.
Yeah. Well, you know me. You're the only one who does. You're the only one who knew. So, all those times that he was mean to you, I wanted to be nice.
Todd?
No, Tom.
Uh-huh.
I'm Tom.
Uh-huh.
And I would never do what he did. I mean, nobody should be treated like that.
I'm confused. I have to think.
And all those times that you said that you loved him, I kept... Well, I wanted. Well, I hope that it was you... It was me that you were seeing. You know...
No, what?
Well, I dreamed that you would say those words to me. I mean, not to Pete or to Todd, but to me.
I can't do this.
No, you can do this. You can do this. I'll go first. I love you.
Who loves me? Todd or Tom? Why are you this person now? Huh? Because you're backed up against the wall? Where was this sweet, gentle, loving Tom before, huh? So many people cared about you and tried to help you. Why did you push us away?
But I didn't. That wasn't me.
Oh.
Look. I'm not strong. And I had to go away because things happened because I was weak.
What thing?
Bad things. Things that you couldn't stop. But Pete's strong. And Pete can stand up to people. And Pete knows how to make sure that people don't hurt him.
Right. Because he hurts them first.
Well, Pete did some things, and he's going to have to be punished. I know that. And I should be punished, too, because I let him run things. Oh, I see. I guess I'm not much of a person. I mean, why would somebody like you love somebody like me?
I have to go now.
Okay. See you later.
Why should I come back?
Because you still love me?
Sam, you know, you knew Todd better than anyone when he was a young man. Surely you would be able to tell if that boy in there is the same as you remember him, or if it's just Todd manipulating himself out of another situation.
No, I don't know if I can tell the difference.
I think you can. Really. Do me a favor, just go in there and talk to him for a few minutes. I really think you will know what the truth is.
Yeah? Vicki, I need to discuss something with you now.
Okay.
You'll probably say this isn't the time or the place, but I need to do this right now.
Go ahead.
I came here today to absolve myself of all responsibility as Todd's wife. I'm sorry if that sounds cold or lawyerly, but it's just the way it is. That is what I have to do.
Okay. But that was before you realized what Todd was going through, right? Do you believe what I told you? Taya, surely you can see, when you talk to that boy in there, how sick Todd is. Can you not see that that is a totally different person? I mean, can you really not see that?
know what to believe anymore, okay? And even if I figured it out, whatever the truth is, where does that leave me?
Well, hopefully much better off.
Look, if Todd is faking this condition, okay, then I continue to be sucked in by the same sadistic, abusive man that I've been with all along. And if what you're saying is true, and that gentle, kind soul in there is Tom covering for Todd, he's a stranger to me.
But either way, Thea, don't you owe it to yourself? Don't you owe it to him to find out?
No, Vicki, I don't owe him anything. Either way, I can't be with him anymore. I am too confused. I am too exhausted. I can't do it.
Well, I'm sorry, but you have to. You cannot leave him. You cannot. I realize you're exhausted and tired and all that, but if you leave him, Todd, the real Todd, could vanish completely.
It's just so weird to look in the mirror and see...
What?
Myself.
Who would that be, myself? I mean, who is it? Who are you looking at?
Someone I didn't think I'd ever see again.
Thea, I'm sorry, okay? I know everything that you have suffered through with Todd, but I'm begging you not to give up on him now. He's just about to turn the corner.
Then come face to face with what?
Okay, the prospect of a new Todd is probably somewhat daunting, particularly when you are not familiar with what I think he's suffering from, which is a multiple personality syndrome. It is clinically called dissociative identity disorder.
It's like science fiction.
No, it is not. It is a very legitimate psychiatric disorder. Trust me, I suffered through it. Todd didn't tell you?
He made jokes about people running around inside your head. I thought he was just being Todd.
No. The technical term for the people is alters, and they're not running around inside my head anymore. No, I have been fully integrated. In other words, all the fragments of my psyche have been brought together as one to make me.
How? Why did it happen? I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. You should know this because, in fact, it's relevant. I was sexually abused by my father when I was a child. Oh, Vicki. In fact, sexual abuse is the trigger for almost every single case of DID. The parts of me that could cope took over from and protected the parts of me that couldn't cope, and they became very separate identities, real personalities. I did not know that they existed. And so eventually we had to be introduced to each other. It was an extraordinary and a very painful experience, but it was ultimately successful, as you can see.
But I understood Todd's father abused him physically and mentally, not sexually.
So what exactly does that mean? Someone I never thought I'd see again.
Well, Todd is gone.
Okay. Who's this?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm me. And I get to be here for a while.
Oh, you're Tom.
Yeah, I'm Tom. Duh. I'm rich, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how come I can't pay for somebody to take this thing off my face?
Well, I'd say, actually, you're already very, very different than Todd.
Yeah?
So let me get this straight. It wasn't you that I pulled off of Peter Manning the night that you were trying to strangle him, right?
Hmm.
Why was that happening? You see, Todd wouldn't talk to me about it at all. So I'm just wondering if you will, Tom.
Todd's father. I think it is very, very likely that Peter Manning used sexual abuse as a way to subjugate Todd.
What kind of monster would use that to punish his own child? Yeah. If it's true, I can't bear it.
I think that's what Todd's reaction was. He couldn't bear it, so somebody else had to.
How do you know this happened?
I don't know it for a fact, but I'm sure you remember the night that Todd was holding you in the cabana at the country club.
Yes.
Sam was talking to him, trying to get him to remember a night when he was about 14 years old, when he tried to strangle his father. From something Todd said to him that night, Sam is quite certain that there was sexual abuse involved. Did you remember something?
Todd practically threw me out when Sam started asking about that day.
Because he didn't want you to know.
So you heard this from Sam?
Yeah.
It would explain so much. Poor Todd. Why is it that no matter what he does, I hear myself say that?
Because you have a good heart and because he's touched it.
Oh, he manipulates me.
Yes, he does, but he doesn't do it on purpose.
You have to believe that.
Otherwise, he's using you, too.
Taya, either way, I will stand by him. But will you?
What gives you the strength?
I promised myself that I would never let my brother struggle with his demons alone the way I had to. I don't know if you know this, but I was responsible for my own father's death. I didn't, well, one of my alters did it.
Oh.
And a big part of my reintegration was in being able to take responsibility for what I had done.
So your altar was protecting you?
Avenging is probably a better word, and I'm sure you can guess what triggered it.
Oh, I don't need to know any more about...
Yes, you do. You do. Because I am desperate to help you understand Todd.
How do you keep on loving him?
There are two big forces in this world, Taya. Love and evil. And my own body was a battleground for those two forces. And whereas I ultimately conquered the evil, the cost was my own father's life. He was a sick, sick man. But he needed help, not punishment. And so I have to make sure that Todd gets the help that he needs.
Well, Vicki, I'm sorry about all that. But you cannot ask me to be as understanding and loving as you are.
Okay. Okay. Remember this. If you walk away from him right now, it means that you are allowing a man that you love or have loved to be sacrificed to evil. Because if Peter Manning abused Todd sexually, that's evil. Make no mistake about it. That is evil, pure and simple. And his only salvation is love. And my love is not enough. He needs your love.
Can we just talk about something else? No, I don't think so. Please? No. Look, there are a raft of charges pending against Todd.
Tom, call me Tom.
Fine. Well, no matter what I call you, it's not going to make the charges disappear. You understand?
I know. I'm going to have to pay for what that jerk did.
Huh? Not necessarily.
I should pay. I mean, did you see what he did to those people at the lodge? That was stupid. He's going to have to pay. There's no way they can punish him without punishing me. It just doesn't seem fair.
Hank Gannon is going to think that Tom is a lie. Now, if there was some way to prove that you are exactly who you say you are, then I might get the DA to rethink his case here. I'll tell you one thing I know for sure. Todd Manning would rather go to jail than talk about what Peter Manning did to him. So,
My dad raped me. Is that what you want me to tell Mr. Gannon?
It's too much of a coincidence. You and Todd, Victor Lord and Peter Manning. Could Todd actually be using this horrible experience of yours as inspiration for some great escape plan?
But I don't think it's an act.
Kevin does.
Kevin has his own agenda.
Yes, so do I. My freedom and my survival.
You love Todd.
I can't do it anymore.
Taya, if my family had abandoned me when I so desperately needed them, I might very well not be who I am today. Don't you see that Todd needs you? No, at this point, Tom needs you.
And if Tom is a hoax?
So we've been had. So what? But if there is even the slightest little chance that there's truth in this, and you walk away, Todd could very literally die. Would you be able to forgive yourself if that happened? Trust me, I know what it's like to live with that kind of guilt.
Peter Manning raped you?
Well, you knew that.
I knew that. I thought I knew something happened. I mean, the night I walked in there and pulled you off your father, I looked in your eyes, and the boy that I used to coach wasn't there anymore. He just disappeared, and somebody else was there, and I just thought it was because you tried to kill your father.
Yeah, but that wasn't me.
Be that as it may, I've always felt that I should have prevented it.
Oh, you couldn't prevent it. Nobody can stop Pete.
Pete? Pete's the mean one?
Yeah, you know Pete. Well, Pete's angry all the time. He's angry at everybody. Except you. And it's hard for him, you know, being angry at everybody all the time. I mean, especially because he can't tell everybody what he's so angry about. But he's the one who did that. All that stuff, hurt all those people, and did to other people what Peter Manning did to us. And me, I couldn't stop him. I don't want to be here.
You want to leave the hospital?
Yeah, I want to go home.
Fine. Then you're going to have to prove to people that it wasn't Tom that held all those people hostage. You understand? You're going to have to prove you are exactly who you say you are and why you did what you did. Now, will you be willing to let me use the full extent of the abuse against you in a court of law?
Well, sure, Coach. I trust you.
You know, if anyone can sell this defense, I can. The thing is, Todd knows that. Doesn't he, Tom? I don't know. I just can't help it. Get the feeling that I'm in an old game show, you know? Will the real Todd Manning please stand up?
Yeah. You know what? It's like that day that we had in the car.
What day?
You remember? Somebody was supposed to pick Todd up from football practice, right? And he got real angry. And I thought maybe one of us was going to have to come out. But then you shut up, and you gave us a ride home. And you took your hands off of the steering wheel. And you let Todd work the steering wheel while you controlled the brake pedal and the gas pedal. And we were like a team. You trusted us, and we trusted you.
I remember that.
Well, do you think that we'll ever be able to trust you like that again? Could we?
Don't lay your guilt trip on me. I got into this situation for the money. Pure
and simple. $5 million, and I've earned every penny of it.
You want much more than money from Todd. You want love.
No. I want out.
Taya. Taya, I'm begging you. I'm begging you.
Hang on. I am sorry.
Hang on just a little longer, please. It's life or death for Todd.
It is life and death for me too, Vicky. Todd Manning, whoever he is, has to be your carnival ride from now on. Not mine.
Have I been that wrong about you?
Maybe you're that wrong about Todd, too. Think about it.
Taya, do me a favor. Would you tell Hank about Todd's state of mind? I mean, what do you think about his frame of mind?
I don't know my mind, let alone his. After what Vicky just told me. Do you believe it?
Yeah. Yeah, look, I suppose you're going to go in to see Todd?
No, I can't talk to him right now. Will you just tell him